May we rise for the national anthem and the deaf anthem.
O God of creation, direct our noble cause, guide our leaders right, help our youth the truth to know. In love and honesty to grow and live in trust and truth. Great lofty heights attain to build a nation where peace and justice shall reign. Together bringing hope for the joy of mankind, committed to excellence, home and abroad, motivated we are, together we stand. God bless this legacy. God bless this legacy. Decentralized sectors, yet integrated, effective and harmonious workforce we are. Erase mortality, encourage research. God's grace is what we enjoy. More grace to this legacy. United, upholding the dream we all share. We pledge to arise to this clarion call. Our passion, our service to God and mankind. God bless this legacy. God bless this legacy.
You may be seated. The CMD, the EDA, the DCS, the DDCS, CEOs of autonomous units, CEO of academy, heads of departments and units, staff of the DEEF concept, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon and welcome to our end of year party. It's been a very wonderful year, 2022, and we are gathered here to celebrate our efforts as workers, and we will be having some very special moments in this event tonight. We'll be taking awards of the best staff of the year, and we'll recognize some very special 15 nominees for this award. We'll be taking presentations of this SON certificate to DMC by CEO of Academy. And we will have a lot to eat and we'll dance today. We're going to be recognizing the best dancer in DMC today. I hope somebody that I'm seeing here is going to win it because it's going to be very competitive. Good afternoon and welcome once again. With me here is
Good Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Chibugo Helen Adino. Thank you.
And
I'm Melrose Amarabi. Welcome.
all right, so we will be taking our mission statement. You know, the Bible says, if you write the vision, you make it plain, and so that he that reads will run. So we will be taking our mission statement and quality policy statement. This will be read by Mr. Victor Ebe, SA3 and Secretary QCCD. Put your hands together for him.
DIF mission statement. Use the private medical sector to create a credible and harmonious platform on which clinicians and support units operating in a decentralized arrangement are able to provide an integrated, comprehensive, optimally effective, and first-class clinical services, similar to what is obtainable in the Western world through the deployment of a well-motivated and good attitude workforce using state-of-the-art diagnostic and therapeutic facilities, thereby advance the prevention of diseases, promote client recovery from treatable illnesses, foster learning, encourage research, reduce client morbidity, eliminate avoidable mortality, build successful clinical entrepreneurs, and reduce medical tourism. DIF Medical Center Quality Policy Statement. DIF Medical Center, DMC, is committed to passionately render excellent clinical services in a private healthcare system within a responsibly adaptive setting and progressively advancing the established quality management system of ISO 9001-2015 with the aim to inspire patients' confidence and optimize their satisfaction using objective parameters within the boundaries of statutory and regulatory requirements. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. Next up, we're going to be having a special rendition by Ebony Waves. Please put your hands together for them as they come forward.
Good evening, all. Just turn to your neighbor and colleague and ask, how are you? That's our song. I know sometimes it be like say nobody sent you. That's when I lie out there for you, my friend. I know sometimes it be like say nobody sent you. That's when I lie out there for you, my friend. Padino verse for me. Say I never call you since, but I hope that you are well. I hope your market sell. Every day I dey pray for you. Make Baba God bless you. I never forget you. How I go forget you. See my shoulder, make you rest upon it. You know I got you. Now me be your friend indeed. The money don't show now. I don't keep some for you. You know go suffer, cause everything I get now for me and you, yeah. How are you, my friend? How do you do, my friend? I know sometimes it be like say nobody sent you. That's when the lie out there for you, my friend. How are you, my friend? How do you do, my that's when the light are there for you, my friend. Oh, Remy Atata, you always in my mind. Pardon me, gone. I cherish you with my life. No worry yourself, everything go day alright. And if anybody try you, guns can be on side. See my shoulder, make you rest upon it. You know I got you. Now me be your friend indeed. My money don't show now. I don't keep some for you. You know go stop, cause everything I get now for me and you, yeah. How are you, my friend? How do you do, my friend? I know sometimes it be like say nobody send you, that's on the line. I'm there for you, my friend. How are you, my friend? How do you do, my friend? I know sometimes it be like say nobody send you, that's on the line. I'm there for you, my friend. Come on. Sometimes it be like say nobody send you, that's when the line out there for you, my friend. See my shoulder, how are you, my friend? How do you do, my friend? I know sometimes it be like say nobody send you, that's when the line out there for you, my friend. How are you, my friend? How do you do, my friend? I know sometimes it be like say nobody send you, that's on the line out there for you, my friend. I know that I don't call enough, but you're always on my mind, yeah. I did for you, my friend.
Please put your hands together for them. Please put your hands together for them now. It's not easy coming up here to give you such beautiful rendition. Thank you so much, Ebony Waves. Okay, now I'm going to be reading a memo from the Chief Medical Director to all staff of Deep Concept. Reference 440/2022. Date 1st November 2022. Subject 2023 is DMC's year of rest. Welcome to the month of November 2022, the 11th month of DMC's year of celebrations. It has actually been celebrations galore. Over the past 10 months, I have been proclaiming that 2023 is DMC's year of rest. This memo is designed to make everyone understand what I mean by 2023 is DMC's year of rest, particularly now that we are gradually drawing close to Sunday, the 1st of January 2023. Rest is not synonymous with or suggestive of stagnation, surrender, closure, decay, suspension of further progress, or death. In 2023, DMC will not be in a frozen state. When I write or say that 2023 is DMC's year of rest, it means 2023 is DMC's year to do intense introspection in order to recalibrate our ideas, reset our minds, reinvigorate our thoughts, refresh our enthusiasm, rekindle our zeal, re-energize our strategies, renew our strength, and restock depleted financial resources. This will help us to refire more forcefully and intensely in 2024 and beyond. It is rest for finite restoration and catalytic recovery. Over the past 18 years, since 1st of June 2004, when DIF Hospital started, we have been building, remodeling, buying equipment, sponsoring people to various local and international trips, venturing into new terrains, breaking boundaries, expanding in leaps and bounds into new frontiers of limitless possibilities, and initiating new groundbreaking adventures on a near daily basis. The Bible says in Genesis 2, verse 2, "And God rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had done." In spite of this proclamation, there were a lot of internal restructuring and development taking place in the heavenlies. Similarly, in 2023, there will be no erection of new physical structures within DMC. However, there will be some internal development, clinical and non-clinical, to improve our efficiency and sustain our culture of excellence. Nothing will be allowed to decay. We will remain as pace setters. In 2023, the ambience within DMC will be sweeter. Still in the spirit of pursuit of excellence, at an appropriate time in October or November 2023, there will be some internal remodelings to install already purchased and delivered items in all rooms and offices at DMC. Such items include patient headboards, integrated fire alarm systems, integrated patient call bell systems, integrated security or terror alert system, piping of all rooms for delivery of oxygen, and installation of more heavy-duty perfume dispensers on the corridors. All units and floors will have heavy-duty air purifiers to further reduce all forms of airborne nosocomial infections. As such, the air within the clinical buildings, theaters, ICU, NICU, IVF corridors, Paragon, Pavilion, and Garden of Hope will be fresher and cleaner. Necessary painting and repainting of the existing structures will be carried out throughout 2023. The container conveying the already initiated and purchased new theater beds, theater lights, patient trolleys, crash carts, ICU beds, and vinyl flooring materials will arrive Nigeria in late 2023. To minimize the effects of power surge on DMC's electrical and electronic appliances, industrial UPS will be installed in all wings and units at DMC. The corporate office will continue to appraise the unending requests from local and international organizations for collaboration and retainerships. In 2023, new musical, audiovisual, or gym equipment will not be purchased beyond those already in the container being sailed from the US. It is time to gather the crumbs. We will endeavor to maintain what we have, no matter how small it is. Any staff, including transport officers, who destroy any of DMC's items will be asked to pay for it. If an airplane can be maintained even while in flight, then all our equipment, including our IMA computers, can be maintained. Accordingly, the maintenance department will be equipped and strengthened in all ways possible to maintain our existing facilities in pristine state. It's all going to be about maintenance, maintenance, and maintenance. The Ebenezer loan scheme will not be expanded. Everyone should cut their coat according to their materials or according to the level of their faith in God. In 2023, there may be no promotions, no salary increments, and very minimal social gatherings. There will be no sponsorship to any local or international programs unless critically important to the sustenance of the DIF dream of continued excellence. DMC's workforce will be pegged at 424. Less productive or redundant staff in all departments and units will be asked to exit this system. All joints must supply maximally, and everyone must prove their usefulness, relevance, and indispensability. DMC is not the National Directorate of Employment, where minimally productive personnel are retained. Requests for leave without pay, extending beyond the duration of the annual leave of the personnel concerned, or in exceptional cases beyond the period of 6 weeks, will not be approved. Requests for extension of leave without pay will not be honored. In 2023, the memos from the Office of the CMD will be few. General staff meetings involving the CMD will be scanty. We will not have an elaborate celebration of DMC's 19th year anniversary. Paragon should not be used for any unit meeting. Unit meetings should hold at the Garden of Hope. The Garden of Hope has been converted to a well-air-conditioned venue for such departmental meetings. Let no man or woman trouble me in 2023. It is DMC's year of rest. That is why I titled Memo 001/2023, Peace Like a River. This rest is critically important to forestall financial fatigue and physical exhaustion. As of yesterday, 31st October 2022, at least 113 out of DMC's 413 staff, that is 28%, have received their October 2022 salary. Others should be patient. Every day, some people must be paid. Have a blessed month. Signed, Dr. John O. Idaosa, Chief Consultant Obstetrician and Gynecologist, Chief Medical Director. Thank you. So now, I'm going to be calling on Dr. Helen, the head M&C, to come and read the memo of the CMD, memo 502/2022. So put your hands together for her as she comes up here.
DIF Medical Center, internal memo. From Chief Medical Director to all members of DMC community. Rev 502/2022. Date, 10th December 2022. Subject, austerity measures at DMC in 2023. Today's memo is the 8th in the 20-part series on the outcome of the ongoing meetings between top management and all departments/units. This memo is dedicated to highlight the need to minimize spendings, reduce unnecessary recurrent expenditures, and curtail wastages. The underlisted austerity measures will become operational with effect from 1st January 2023. Austerity measures are not signs of weakness or poverty, but they are manifestations of broad-based but targeted wisdom aimed at restructuring and recalibrating the organization towards the divine goal of finite restoration and catalytic recovery in 2023. The chances of any form of salary increment in 2023 is very, very slim. Monthly consumption of fuel. Reduce the number of vehicles out on the road at once for DIF chapel programs. Those who cannot come to DIF chapel programs because there is no bus service can go to other churches. The only people exempted are the elderly ones beyond the age of 70 years. The PSA to CMD should have a weekly summary of the fuel dispensed into each official car of DMC. There must be justification for each car being supplied fuel at depot. The practice of filling all cars from the CMD's house without verification from the PSA to CMD must stop on 31st December 2022. Accordingly, with effect from 1st of January 2023, each vehicle or car at DMC must have a logbook, or else it should not be filled at depot, including the personal cars of the CMD and EDA. The head of DAVE should design a logbook for each vehicle immediately. The logbook for each car should be domiciled in each vehicle. Purchase of items. In 2023, before any item is purchased at DMC, except the one under the executive fiat by the CMD or EDA. The officer requesting for the item may be expected to appear before a justification panel to justify the expenditure and proffer alternative solutions. The head of justification panel will then pass the voucher to EDA for final approval. The subsystem practice of using the urgency or emergency clause or route to bypass protocols will cease as from 1st of January 2023. With effect from 1st of January 2023, any staff that brings a voucher directly to the CMD for endorsement will be considered as a case of attempted fraud. Pioneer members of justification panel are 1. Head of Finance, HOF, Fina Asika, Chairperson. 2. PFO and Chairman of Audit Committee, Esosa Ahimigwe, Deputy Chairman. 3. Senior Finance Officer, Gift Chijoke, Member. 4. Confidential Secretary to EDA, Chika Ugoke, Member. 5. Head of Stores, Joy Abutu, Member. 6. Principal Admin Officer / FM1, Member. 7. SA to EDA, Peter Ajodo, Secretary. The EDA will add more members to justification panel as she so desires. Statutory expenditures like posting of biopsied embryos by DHL and purchase of liquid nitrogen for gametes freezing will be excluded from the proviso above. Gather the crumbs / stop acts of wastage, misuse, and destructions at DMC. Wastage consumables must be curtailed. Redundancy must be checked. Are suspended till December 2023. Anyone caught physically or on camera fetching water from dispenser bottles to wash his or her face or teeth will be sanctioned. Use tap water for this kind of chore. Similarly, anyone caught physically or on camera using chair or table as a ladder will be sanctioned. The free aerobic exercise class for members of DMC community will stop on 31st of December 2022. Paragon should not be used for any routine meeting of DMC, except the attendance will overwhelm the seating capacity of the Garden of Hope. All staff must stop the act of sabotage, particularly with the plugging of American-made equipment in brackets, TV, light fittings, scooters, massage chairs, treadmills, etc., directly into our main switches without the use of step-down transformers. The use of DMC's laundry services for personal chores will attract retribution. Cleaning of offices. The subsystem practice where hospital assistants clean patient rooms, consulting suites, clinical areas, corridors, theaters, and then go ahead to clean the offices of some staff, including the office of the CMD and EDA, will stop on 1st of January 2023. The staff strength at DMC will remain pegged at 424, in spite of the establishment of 4 wards in Block A. There will be no increase in the number of hospital and clinical assistants in 2023. Exited staff will be replaced as deemed necessary and appropriate. Accordingly, the PCS to CMD should routinely clean her office, CMD's consulting room, and waiting room. The AHS/CS to CMD should clean the CMD's boardroom and his office. The SCS to EDA and the CS to EDA should clean the EDA's office and their office. The Secretary of the Corporate Office should clean the office of HOC and legal office. The hospital assistant should clean all consulting suites, nursing stations, and observation bays. The M&C/QCCD teams, transport officer/ELU teams at Mahalo, the Dave team at Aqua, the security team at Amazon, the FEMA team should clean their offices twice daily and the external parts of their offices once every week. Any office or workstation or desk visited by the CMD and found to be dirty will attract immediate sanctions of various degrees. Every other staff occupying any office, except those doubling as consulting rooms, should clean their offices. Each office should sign and collect cleaning items from the head of stores. The Div Chapel sexton should unfailingly clean Garden of Hope for the children's Sunday school every Saturday evening and on Sunday mornings. Failure to clean work sites after any chore by technical, audiovisual, and maintenance crews would be treated as acts of sabotage. The corporate office should elaborate on this instruction and devise mechanisms to monitor strict compliance. It is not business as usual. Floor managers. The floor managers must check the public toilet on each floor every 30 minutes. The floor and wall tiles must be sparkling. The toilet bowls must be clean, and the smell on each toilet must be nice. The curtain walls must be sparkling at all times. All floor managers should read and treat this message as a clarion call to duty. The times and days where floor managers sit in one place and expect the floor to manage itself will end by 12 midnight on 31st December 2022. To be forewarned is to be forearmed. 2023 calendars. Only 500 wall and 100 table 2023 calendars will be produced for DMC. These calendars will be placed in clients' rooms, offices, and distributed only to HODs and their deputies. Maintenance. Our capacity to maintain existing items and structures will be seriously enhanced. Everything repairable will be repaired. The practice of moving around television sets, water dispensers, fridges, and any item for that matter, without due processing through the officer in charge of such item, must stop. Maintenance stickers have been produced and should be applied on all items at DMC. It is going to be about maintenance, maintenance, and maintenance. Major purchases will not be executed in 2023, except the ones already triggered in the US and China. 2023 is DMC's year of rest. As such, let no man trouble me. Further elaboration of what I mean by DMC's year of rest will be contained in Memo 001/2023, due to be released by 12 midnight on Sunday, 1st of January 2023. It is titled, Peace Like a River. All these austerity measures are being put in place to ensure our indebtedness to Zenith Bank is significantly reduced in 2023. DMC will not buy any item on credit in 2023. It is part of our preparations for Memo 001/2024 titled, The Storm is Over. I anticipate maximum cooperation from everyone, and I urge every joint to supply. Have a blessed weekend. Signed, Dr. John O. Idahosa, Chief Consultant Obstetrician and Gynecologist, Chief Medical Director, Div Medical Center, Gudu.
A better round of applause for her. Okay. Okay. All right, so we will be having a very special segment now. You know, as Christians, you have a Bible. As Muslims, you have a Quran. And as staff of Div Concept, you will be having a handbook. All right? So that we are all guided. You have to read through it. You are guided. You know what to do and what not to do. We will be having the AHOC come up to tell us more about the staff handbook. She'll do a presentation and explain to us the modality of distribution to all staff. Put your hands together for her. Continue. Thank you.
Good afternoon, CMD, EDA, standing on already established protocols. I'll just briefly introduce our staff handbook. A staff handbook is a document that provides important information and guidelines for employees to follow in a workplace. So, our DIF staff handbook covers a wide range of topics such as the history of DMC, our mission statement, vision, policy statement, the benefits, expectations, and procedures as it applies in DMC. The purpose of this staff handbook is to establish a clear communication between the management and staff of DMC, and to ensure that everyone is aware of their rights and responsibilities within this organization. It will help us to create a positive and productive work environment and can also prevent misunderstandings and conflicts. I wouldn't read the staff handbook because I employ that all staff should read and understand the content of the staff handbook and follow the guidelines and policies outlined within it. If you have any questions, concerns, please do not hesitate to speak with a representative of the corporate office. The distribution of the staff handbook will commence tomorrow, 31st of December 2022, and it will end on the 17th of January 2023. The collection point is the Media and Communication Office. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much for that. Please put your hands together again for her. Okay. I'm going to be reading the internal memo from the Chief Medical Director to all members of DMC community. Reference 517/2022, date 18 December 2022. Subject, Goshen at DMC. Memo 274/2022, titled The Geography of DMC Part 1, divided the premises of DMC into two. The inner one-third of DMC with tiled floor is called Goshen. Goshen means cultivated land. It is also sometimes called the inundated land. The outer two-thirds of DMC is called Salem. Salem in Hebrew means complete, safe, and peaceful. In biblical history, Goshen was the prosperous town in ancient Egypt that provided refuge and comfort for the Israelites while in Egypt. Goshen represents the providence, provision, and the protection provided by God for his people against all odds. While the remaining part of Egypt was in darkness, there was always light at Goshen. Goshen rose from obscurity to prominence, the same way Goshen at DMC was cultivated or developed from obscurity to relevance. Goshen at DMC reminds the EDA and myself and some other subsisting members of the DMC community of the place God brought us from. During the construction of DMC, Goshen at DMC was a valley. We filled it with about 100 trips of laterite to enable us erect the containers that provided the command center used to facilitate the building of DMC. At DMC, the temporary infrastructures and command centers used by the CMD, the EDA, and project crew to coordinate the building of DMC was located where Camp David is now. Goshen reminds us of the days of our little beginning, when I ran my clinical consultations from my temporary office in one of the containers in Camp David. It reminds us of the prayers that resonated from the conference room on a weekly basis. The conference room is now referred to as the Communication/CCTV Control Center for the Extended Donors Quarters. Goshen tells a story of how Mercy Hall was built in order to bring the presence of God into the land. I purposely situated Arena at Goshen because of the nostalgic feeling that accompanies my grateful remembrance to God and to the entire crew whenever I think and remember the place God brought us from. The first wooden shade erected at the present DMC, when it was a dense cashew plantation in 2014, was located at the present space where Arena is. It was a spot where many negotiations were sealed. The place had wooden benches only. There were no electricity, but we saw from far off that it would be one day be cultivated or developed to a place of refuge and a center of excellence. Goshen reminds me of what God can do with a people and for a people who make the pursuit of purpose in excellence as their driving ambitions. Goshen at DMC reminds me of a better tomorrow for the entire DIF concept. This reminder steers me to convert and develop Goshen into a fun spot for our present little ones who will drive the future. On completion, Goshen will be an expansive playground for children and adults alike. As much as possible, vehicular traffic at Goshen should be restricted and very light, and the speed limit within Goshen should be a maximum of 20 kilometers per hour. The size of Goshen is about 7,500 square meters. Goshen will be completely tiled. Each time you enter DMC's Goshen, you should be reminded of what the presence of God can do for you and for his people against all odds. Goshen contains about 35 facilities. They are generator house, office for the generator operator, incinerator, Camp David and its communication rooms and offices, male house, hostel MH, female hostel FH, all-side donors quarters DQ, surrogate quarters SQ, media and communication unit, oasis, pavilion, aerobic exercise ground, aerobic outdoor shower stroke cooling spot, Eagle Square, basketball throw ground, arena, laundry and tailoring department, laundry, Mercy Hall and its offices, panel room called Alive, transformer house, exit gate, muster point, offices of the head of technical department, pavilion manager and sextons, accommodation space for some security personnel, stores for Awesome, IVF unit, AVU and laundry, confectionery unit, parking lot for the CMD, EDA, and the DIF chaplaincy. Signed, Dr. John O. Idahosa, Chief Consultant Obstetrician and Gynecologist, Chief Medical Director, DIF Medical Center, Gudu. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon once again. I forgot to mention that the staff handbook is the property of DIF Medical Center, so endeavor not to write your names on it, as it should be returned intact just as you're about exiting the system in case if you intend to exit the system. Thank you.
You know, they say the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a step. This year, we started the journey to get certified by the Standard Organization of Nigeria. And today, we are there. Put your hands together for that. We will be making welcome our head of the brand management team, Adesua Evans Obebo, to come and tell us more and introduce the CEO of Academy, who will be doing this presentation, on certification later to the CMD.
Thank you, Dr. Charles. Please, I would like to appeal to the audiovisual. I would need one person to come and sit here, just to make sure this microphone is working throughout the duration of this program. Please, can the head of audiovisual send somebody downstairs to come and sit here? Because during the reading of the last memo, for almost a minute or two, we didn't hear Adeze. Who is there? Somebody. Thank you. Please have a seat. When you hear the sound somehow, you climb upstairs, okay? When the like now, you should climb upstairs. I don't want to hear that. Please climb upstairs and come and figure out what this noise is. People don't understand what it takes to ensure that the program works seamlessly. We've got new program anchors, and every time it takes a lot of courage to come here to speak to people. So every time you don't do your job, you make it very difficult for them to do this job. Do you understand me? So you take a seat there and you make sure during the course of this program, every microphone is working. Okay? Thank you very much. A round of applause for our anchors, please. Round of applause. They've done a great job so far. Thank you, Dr. Melrose. Thank you, Dr. Charles. Thank you, Dr. Helen. I'm actually just hearing your voice very well for the first time. Thank you so much. This is 2022. We started our QMS this year. A round of applause for ourselves. I'm sure this year we heard words like, we didn't only hear the words like non-conforming, we started to use them. This attitude is non-conforming. You know, when you hear that now, you get scared, like, I hope I'm the one not causing, I hope I'm the person not causing an NC. It shows that we're getting better. I mean, we're really very proud to say that throughout this year, we took our time to build quality management systems in place. It's something that we should be very, very proud of. A round of applause for every member of DMC. Now, this would not have been possible without the approval of the Chief Medical Director, the Executive Director of Administration, the support of our DCS and our Deputy DCS. Also, we would like to thank each member, each head of department for their strong contributions to the team. You guys led by examples. We want to say we appreciate you. But the person that anchored this program from start to finish, I was reading his closing letter that day, and he had to apologize because he felt that in the course of it, he must have stepped on some toes, you know, maybe said something that people weren't really happy about. Uneasy lies the head that wears the crown, but it was also important for him to deliver because it was a lot of confidence that was reposed on him. And we would like to say that we are very grateful. As a community that loves to give our flowers to the people that make a mark in our lives when they are alive, I would like to introduce someone who is the President and Chief Executive Officer of the Quality Improvement Institute of Nigeria. He's also the founder and CEO of Academy Limited. He contributes his knowledge and skills in training, research, and management consulting to both organizations. He obtained his PhD in analytical chemistry from the University of Maiduguri in 2008. He has over 10 years of university teaching and research working experiences and has published over 40 peer-reviewed articles in academic journals, as well as being a member of editorial/review boards of international academic journals. He has a graduate diploma in public health at the People's Open University. He is also a certified lead auditor of ISO 9001:2015 quality management systems. He is also a certified lead auditor of ISO 15189:2012 medical laboratory QMS, a certified management consultant, ISO 27700:2017 innovation management systems, ISO 56002:2019, and 6 Sigma Black Belt. At Academy,
He is a training specialist for Analysis Leeds, UK, in method validation using the statistical analysis software. He established the Academy Research Network for Capacity Building, an ISO certification working relationship with the Standard Organization of Nigeria. He is supporting QIAN in the development and deployment of the Quality Compliant app, the QC app, and the Quality Documentation app, QD app, for organization use, as well as implementing the online course module for customer complaint management for quality and frontline staff of organizations in Nigeria. He recently established a working partnership with QIAN, and the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission of Nigeria. He is also looking forward to having Academy establish partnership and consultancy relationship with DMC on research, business development, and QMS in 2023. His name is Dr. Stephen S. Hattie. A round of applause for him, please.
Thank you. EMD, EDA, system protocols. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I have here the certificate of confirmation or letter of confirmation of the successful certification to ISO 9001-2015 Quality Management System. It's been a very interesting journey. I've learned quite a lot working with you people, and I do hope that we can sustain the tempo. This letter is to confirm, at least formally, that the auditors, they came stage 1, they came again stage 2, they vetted, they trashed, they teased. Many HODs were under several tensions, and finally, they searched around, there was no non-conformity. But at least there were some observations. So, meaning that from February 2022 down to November, when we had the audit, we've been able to conform to the requirements of the ISO 9001-2015 standards. And after the audit, at least I remember some few people were there. Our hearts were beating up high, waiting to hear the final remark, and they said, finally, some few observations, tie this, dot this. And we recommend strongly to SON that DMC should be certified for conforming to the requirements of the ISO 9001-2015 standard. And this is a letter to convey that to the CMD and the DIF community. So I have it here to present to you, sir.
Let's give a round of applause for CMD as he comes to the podium, please. A round of applause.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Any work for us, sir?
Good afternoon, everyone. CEO Academy, thank you for leading this organization towards a successful certification, ISO 9001-2015 Quality Management System. We are grateful. I promise you that by the grace of God, we shall justify the confidence the Standard Organization of Nigeria has reposed on us by this certification. Thank you for availing yourself to being used by God to create this tunnel. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Hati. We're grateful. You can have a seat, please.
Thank you very much. Please put your hands together for... All right, next up we have the explanation and presentation of the concept behind the 2023 calendar and distribution to HODs and HOUs by the head M&C and senior admin officer, Adeize Onyenemere and Sylvia Anyanwu. Please put your hands together for them as they come forward. Please put your hands together till they get here.
The Chief Medical Director, Executive Director of Administration, Director of Clinical Services, Deputy Director of Clinical Services, or other protocols duly observed. The 2023 calendar is here for DMC. It didn't just come like that. It came with a lot of designs. And we'll just use the next 10 minutes to explain the concept behind the designs. If you look at every page you turn to in this calendar, you clearly see the three colors of DMC. They will appear strongly on the logo. They include neon aqua blue, white, and cobalt blue. You also see the trademark of the SON, Standard Organization of Nigeria, by the left-hand side, clearly indicating that having gone through the quality management system and the internal audit training with the addition of the 2 external audit stages we have passed through, DMC is ISO certified by the Standards Organization of Nigeria. Every year, DMC's calendar has a theme that is given by the Chief Medical Director. A theme is the central message of a subject. The theme for this year's calendar is, "The road to success and excellence is always under construction." The theme of this calendar influences the design for the calendar. More so, the concept behind this year's calendar is to teach us the virtues that are our advantages in life. For every page you turn to, there is a virtue that, if inculcated into our lives, will definitely give us a cutting edge in one way or the other. Similarly, there are also quotes written solely by the CMD. The aim of this whole concept is to teach and inspire, and at the same time portray this magnificent medical edifice called DIF Medical Center. Also, we have 4 out of the 5 arms of the DIF concept, which are DIF Medical Center, SALT Foundation, DIF Global Links, and Awesome. Underneath their addresses, you will find our tagline, "Committed to Excellence." A tagline is a catchy phrase that quickly tells users what a brand stands for. This tagline is rightly put there to remind every one of us, including our clients, what we are dedicated to achieving in DMC, nothing short of excellence. Standing on already established protocols. The image we have here is the cover page. When we take a look at the cover page, we're seeing a beautiful picture of 2 nurses and the chief resident. This picture tells us who we are and why we are here. The nurses and doctors of DMC are the people that actually make us a medical facility. So that was why this picture was put in the middle. And then there are also pictures of the area view of DMC, Pavilion Gym Center, Paragon Event Center. Next slide, please. Welcome to January and February 2022. When you look at this picture, the first thing you're going to see is the first virtue that leads to your advantage in life. And it says, your creativity is your advantage. As we all know, ideas rule the world. So what you are able to bring out can actually change your life and the life of those around you. At DMC, your well-being is our utmost concern, and that is why we are committed to excellence. The middle picture we are seeing is the aerial view of DMC as a whole. This picture is put here to actually remind us and to put it to us again that DMC, which we see today, is a testimonial of what God can do for people who have the pursuit of excellence as their driving ambition. Underneath it, you're going to see the mission statement. The mission statement is put there to remind us of what we are set to achieve every year and every day in DMC. Next slide. This is March and April 2023. When you look at the up, you're going to see the second virtue that leads to your advantage in life. Your ingenuity is your advantage. Your ability to provide solutions to difficult situations is your advantage in life. And then the picture we are seeing here in full is the pediatrics department. So this was used to showcase our pediatrics department and their facilities. The first picture you see is the pediatric patients waiting area. The second picture you see is the pediatric nursing station. The second one you see is the children play area. And then the last picture you see is the neonatal intensive care unit. And then, like she rightly said, there are quotes in this calendar that were put up by the CMD, which I believe that if we meditate and apply to our lives, there will be terrific changes. And so this one says, nobody, as long as he moves about the chaotic currents of life, is without trouble. I implore you to meditate on that. Next slide. This is May and June 2023. We're going to see the third virtue that leads to your advantage in life. Courage. Your ability to still do what you ought to do in spite of your fears, despite the fact that you're afraid. The ability to take giant strides, even when there may be no staircase in view. And then we have the pictures of some of our autonomous units. They include Salute Total Pharmacy, Awesome Pharmacy, Well-Equipped V-Square Laboratory, Absolute Vision Clinic, and Pure Snow Dental Clinic. Then we have another quote that says, good actions give strength to us and inspire good actions in others. Next slide. Welcome to July and August 2023. In this segment, we have the fourth virtue that leads to your advantage in life. Your spirituality is your advantage in life. Your relationship with God is no doubt your advantage in life. And then we have the picture of our high-tech in vitro fertilization department, the powerhouse of DMC. And you'll see one of the pictures here displaying the in vitro fertilization department, which is led by our embryology laboratory director. And then you see their well-equipped theater. And then by your right-hand side, you're going to see the first test tube baby that was born on 25th July 1978, Louis Brown. And so that is why we have 25th July circled, because every year DMC celebrates that day as well. And then when you look at the next quote we have here, there is always a way. As long as you set your mind to achieve something, there is always a way. Next slide, please. And then when you come to September and October 2023, you're going to see another virtue that leads to your advantage in life. Your humility is your advantage. There is no doubt that a humble person is going to really become a great person in life. And then in the picture that is being displayed here, we can see our stress test room showcasing our cardiology department. Now, underneath it, there is an educative write-up on the components of a cardiac screening test that was put up by our own senior consultant cardiologist, Dr. Ibrahim Benlu Halima. I implore you to take your time and go through that. Then you would see another quote which says, do not be pushed by your problems, be led by your dreams. Next slide, please. And then lastly, you're going to see November/December 2023. And you're going to see the sixth virtue that leads to your advantage in life. Your gratitude is your advantage. No ungrateful person goes far in life. So your gratitude, your ability to give thanks, even when circumstances are not so good, is your advantage in life. So we use this page to display all the facilities that we have in DMC, like the aerobic exercise ground at Goshen, Aqua, the water factory, depot, the mini filling station. We have our well-equipped fire trucks, our well-equipped obstetric theater, and then we have our standby firefighting capacity, which is the FEMA team. And when you go further, you're going to see another quote which says that what lies behind us and what lies ahead of us are tiny matters to be compared to what lies within us. In conclusion, the concept of this calendar is to portray this medical edifice called DMC, but at the same time to teach and to inspire us. I hope we'll all find time to go through the quotes that are in this calendar, to go through the educative write-up, because one way or the other, they are going to influence your life positively. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Please continue to clap for them as they go to their seats. We'll be entering a very special segment now. We'll be recognizing some very outstanding staff of the DIF concept in the year 2022, and an award will go to the best among them, okay? I want you to put your hands together for yourselves. You've worked hard this year. Everybody is a champion. Everybody is a winner. But these people have been very outstanding. And let me just add that as you hear your name, you come forward, but come with your dancing shoes, because you will dance. We will see you dance, all right? So this segment will be reading a screening report and a brief resume of these 15 staff that have been nominated for Staff of the Year for 2022, right? So,
okay. Our first nominee is Mr. Godswill Maduka. So please put your hands together for him as he comes forward. He is the confidential secretary to the CMD, the assistant hospital secretary, facility manager 2, supervisor, pavilion, event center, arena, Ivory Echoes, and GOH. He also is the supervisor, boys hostel. So what was said about him? He is said to be an effective team leader and has excellent man management abilities. He is also extremely effective and efficient in moving things along to produce desired outcome. So please put your hands together for him again.
Next up is Harrison Ekele. He's the Maintenance Officer 1, Head Maintenance Unit, Facility Manager 3, Deputy Head Beautification Team. This is what was said about him. They said he is consistently punctual and performs honestly. He never puts anything else before his work. He is a great team leader and has a nice way of interacting with people. Put your hands together for him.
Dr. Malayo Ulukunle. Please put your hands together. Yeah. He is the medical officer, SA to CMD on residency training and housemanship matters, deputy head rapid response unit, member ECG team. And what was said about him? He is intelligent, very competent, and an excellent team player. He's very innovative, does his job diligently, and carries everyone along, regardless of position or status. He is ever ready to offer assistance to anyone who needs it, even the most junior staff.
Okay, next up, we have Miss Adesua Evans Ogbebo. She's the Embryology Lab Director, the Head of Department Embryology, Secretary of the IVF Department, chairperson DMT, and member DPCC. So this is what was said about her. She is an effective team leader and player. She constantly demonstrates kindness and concern for her team members. She is friendly and compassionate regardless of what unit or department you belong to. Please put your hands together once again.
The tempo is going up. Next up is Simon Asemota. He is the PSA to the CMD, Supervisor Security.
I'm so sorry.
They have no.
They have no-
Oh, I'm sorry.
We're so sorry. Please go back to the previous slide. Okay, sorry, let's continue. She is intelligent, well educated, eloquent, always open to new ideas. She is a professional and a pillar to the flagship upon which Deep Concept largely sails on. She is a no-nonsense individual who is not an eye service worker, and her influence on the entire IVF, brand management, and QMS cannot be disregarded, as she is one of the most prestigious staff of DMC.
All right, I have here Simon Asemota. He's the PSA to the CMD, Supervisor Security Department, Chairman Ebenezer Loan Committee, Supervisor of the Visual Unit. And this is what was said. He's a very wise individual. He is such a fantastic leader, deserving of emulation. Put your hands together for him.
Next up is the head of nursing department, Nurse Omo Kobe. And she is she's the head of nurse, assistant chief nursing officer, head of nursing department, the head Camp David nursing team, head ICU nursing corps, head ECG team. And what was said about her is that she's diligent, hardworking, and exceptional at her job.
Okay, next up we have Ms. Joy Abutu. She is the Chief Store Officer, Senior Business Manager, DGL, Head of Stores, DMC, Supervisor, Paragon and Computer Plaza. So what was said about her? She's very likable and is deserving of the best staff of the year because she is extraordinarily patient, willing to work, attentive to anything that contributes to the organization's growth and development, and she engages with every other department inside DMC. Please put your hands together.
All right, I'm sure she's not present in the hall right now. Okay, so we'll make welcome Esosa Akimiegbe. Put your hands together for him. He's the Principal Finance Officer, Deputy Head of Finance, Chairman Audit Committee, Associate Member BMU, Procurement Officer 1. And he is a very versatile and goes beyond the duties of his position. He is trustworthy. Put your hands together for that.
The pressure is getting worse. Sorry. Anyways, okay. Next up is Mr. Callistus David. Please put your hands together for him. He is the Deputy Chaplain, Head Quality Control and Compliance Department. What was said about him? He is a good leader who set a good example. He is consistently punctual. He is straightforward and understanding. He is always available despite his busy schedule. He is diligent and humble.
All right. Next up, we have Mrs. Tope Bodunde. Please put your hands together for her. She is the Chief Embryologist, Deputy Head of Department Embryology, Assistant Secretary IVF Department. And this is what people had to say about her. She is a reliable and dedicated staff of DMC, She has an amazing personality. She's very passionate about her work and carries everyone along. She is always ready to help out for the good of her clients. Please put your hands together.
Right, we have our winner of 2021. Her name is Bola Ojeni. Put your hands together for her. She's also a nominee. She's the Chief Billing Officer, Head of Billing Department, DMC. And it was said that she has a friendly attitude towards everyone, easygoing personality worthy of emulation. She's hardworking, committed, and very passionate about her job. She's very compassionate. Put your hands together for that.
Next up, we have Etewobong Ekbuk. Okay, he's the Senior Environmental Officer, Head Environmental and Landscaping Unit. And what was said about him, his coordination with the ELU is effective in keeping DMC environs clean and tidy. As the saying goes, cleanliness is next to godliness. Etewobong has done a fantastic job in maintaining DMC's cleanliness and enhancing the DIF brand. Please put your hands together for him.
Okay. Next up, we have Abigail Johanna. Please put your hands together. She is a clinical assistant, and this is what was said about her. She is humble and hardworking. She is kind, a good team player, and very sociable. Please put your hands together.
All right, keep jamming your hands as we make welcome Mutiu Jimo. He is the Chief Transport Officer, Head and Administrator, Transport Department. It was said that he displays exceptional leadership qualities by making sure the Transport Department works as a team. This is the second year running of being accident-free in the history of the department. He ensures consistent maintenance of the hospital vehicles at affordable cost. He also ensures that they are in good working condition. He's a good team player, willing to do everything in his ability to help the organization reach greater heights. Put your hands together for him.
He's not. And last but not the least, but certainly one of my favorite, is Dr. Cynthia Omoniwa. She is the Chief Reproductive Physician, the Chief Resident Doctor. Please, cast walk small because
that's her dancing shoe. She came with her dancing shoe.
Walk slowly. She is a top-notch doctor staff who is unparalleled to none. She has so much passion for her work with zero tolerance to morbidity and mortality. She has an amazing stamina. She is excellent, exceptional, reliable, dependable, responsible, and she's a workaholic. She works round the clock and she's always happy. She loves the profession and provides excellent and holistic care to all the patients, and all the patients like her and are proud of her. She has never been late to work once in her 21 years of medical practice, not one day. She forfeited her 3 years annual leave in 2020, 2021, and 2022 because of her unwavering and ardent passion for the job, and to ensure that the medical corps renders quality and excellent care to all the patients. She loves the profession and provides excellent and holistic care to all the patients. And all the patients, oh sorry, that was a repetition. She has never been late to work. Okay, I mean, put your hands together for her. I think that was a repetition.
And the winner is... And the winner will be announced by one of our nominees.
Thank you very much, everyone. A round of applause for our nominees. I found it weird that the BMT was asked to coordinate the winner, especially when the chairperson of the brand management team was also a nominee. it made me wonder that, are we not scared that I could skew it? Well, reading the reports and the comments from our colleagues, it helps you you'd agree that these choices are correct. For the clinical core, one thing that was, for members of the clinical core, one thing that was consistent in each of their comments was the word compassionate. And that word shows that we treat every patient as if she's an angel or he is an angel. We empathize with them. We are compassionate people. So I would like a round of applause to the clinical core present. That will be... So when we got the list of 15 people, we thought to ourselves, how are we going to wither down this list of 15 people to either or? You know, it's easier if you say this person or this person, and then we throw a vote. And then all of us, we go to lobby. You know, when you're doing election, you have to campaign. But we didn't have enough time for that. So for 15 people, we figured we should send a survey out. Because we don't have a feedback mechanism in place for our clients, we should have formed at least 60% of this of the survey if we were to do it. Like in 2023, we'll start picking the best staff of the year in the different categories from January. So the staff that has the most accolades from patients automatically has 60 points. So we now have the remaining 40 points from colleagues, the people you work with, and then you have the administrative staff and the non-clinical staff. Because we also thought for you to represent DMC, we don't want a situation where if you're a non-clinical staff, the clinical staff can't relate to how you became the best staff because they've never come across you, we've never had anything to do with you. So you can't just pick somebody and say, this person is a hospital assistant and the person has never interfaced with anybody in transport department, enough for the person to be able to say, this is my choice and I agree this person is a good choice. So when we say DMC Best Staff of the Year, it's 3 categories. You have clinical, you have non-clinical, and you have administrative. So you have to be able to have made a mark in each of these categories for you to represent the hospital, and we say, yes, this is our DMC Staff of the Year. All departments crisscross each other. So as much as possible, your colleagues form 40% if you are to win the prize. So be nice. And make sure, just the way you're angels to patients, be a good team leader, a good team sport. It does help. So that I would show you how it played out. So we started off with a survey, and we decided to divide the categories into 3. So for clinical, we packed IVF, Adesua Topme, Dr. Cynthia. We packed all other members of the clinical core. Dr. Malayo, Dr. Cynthia also featured in that department, in that category, and Nurse Omo. So that's category for clinical core. We wanted to know what their colleagues think about them. You know, what do you think about them as the best staff of the year? Are they your winners? So for the administrative, we put the members of HOC, Finance, CMD, Office of the CMD, Office of the EDA, so that would cut across Godswill Maduka, Esosa, and Reverend Simon Asemuta was also in that category for administrative. Now, when we go to non-clinical, there are certain people that functioned as administrative and non-clinical. So we picked the part that they interface with people the most. So even though Reverend Asemuta was non-clinical, his position in that he acts in an administrative capacity to deliver his work to the non-clinical department. So that's why we put him under administrative staff. But I think we also put him under non-clinical as well, so that the people he's administering can rate him as a leader. Then for the non-clinical, we put technical, stores. QCCD also fell under the same category as Reverend Asemuta because they interface with all departments in the hospital. So they also fell under 2 departments as well. When we finished, we gave everybody question number 7 in the survey that stated so question number 1 to 6 was for you to pick one person in your category. So out of clinical staff, don't be confused. If you're a nurse, you want to pick Nurse Omo, just pick Nurse Omo. If you're torn between Dr. Cynthia, Nurse Omo, and Adeswa, pick who you think amongst the 3 of them deserves to be the best. So everybody was entitled to one person from their department. But question number 7 also allowed people, it said, which of these 15 contestants do you think deserves the best staff of the year and why? So that allowed other people that were not in those categories to pick the person they felt was the best contestant and the best person to represent us and the brand as the best staff of the hospital. It was quite a very tedious exercise because we had to collate data, we had to come up with it. Of course, the data is privy to just the top management, but basically we were able to whittle it down to 3 people representing 3 categories. So when we got the 3 people that got the highest numbers in each of the categories, we now whittled it down again, looking at which of the 3 people had votes across 3 categories. So some people, all their votes were in their category, okay? Some other people had votes, most votes in their category, and maybe 1 vote. One person outside their category voted them. But the winner had most votes in his category, but a sizable amount of votes outside his category. Okay? So at that point in time, when the brand management team sat down, we looked at the figures, and we all agreed that this person, based on this survey, is a representation of who the best staff of this hospital should be because he won vote in every category. A round of applause for all our winners. Now, the question becomes, who is this person? As a community, we love to give accolades to people when they are with us so that they can receive them. One of the hardest things for you to do is not to hear how much people love you or how much people think you mean to them. And that's one of the reasons why I made sure that we had to read what people are saying about these 15 contestants so that you know that your contribution is valid and we see you as a community. A round of applause for them. On this auspicious day, 30th December 2022, we celebrate someone who is best described as a cool-headed, hardworking, very intelligent, and profoundly enthusiastic. However, the single word most used to describe this person is the word diligent. Born on the 4th of June and hails from Irepodun, Ifelodun local government area of Ekiti State. He attended University of Ado-Ekiti Staff School and obtained his primary leaving certificate in the year 2003. Okay, now, I think you guys really need to let me read the citation. Just a little bit. When you get to the place where you have to clap, I'll be hailing him, then you'll be clapping. Do you understand? He also attended Life Forth International School in Ibadan, where he obtained 5 A's and 3 B's in the Cambridge Ordinary Level Certificate exams in 2009. In that same year, he gained entry into the Lugansk State Medical School, which was one of the top 3 medical universities in the country of Ukraine before the Ukrainian-Russian war and was there for 6 years, where he obtained a specialist diploma as physician doctor of medicine in June 2015. He proceeded to University College Hospital, Ibadan, where he was house physician and house surgeon for his mandatory 1-year housemanship. And he was exposed and involved in the evaluation and management of inpatient pediatric and adult patients, and carried out minor surgical procedures after training. UCH Ibadan groomed his acumen for clinical practice. He went on to the mandatory National Youth Service Corps in the Nigerian Law School, Buhari, in July 2018, where he had a significant impact on the local community via the community program, creating awareness on HIV/AIDS in rural communities and providing medical and surgical services to rural populations. On completion of his NYSC scheme, he got a job with the Queen's Specialist Hospital, Abuja, as a medical officer in December 2019, and specialized in reproductive health care alongside general medical care, where he also participated in carrying out several assisted reproductive programs, inpatient and outpatient general medical care, and assisted in obstetric surgeries. He was employed into the services of DIF Medical Center on the 1st of February 2021 as a medical officer. In the course of discharging his humble duties, he distinguished himself as an exceptional, diligent, and brilliant medical officer, and within 7 months of his appointment, he rose to the position of the Deputy Head Rapid Response Team and Special Advisor to the CMD on resident training and housemanship matters. His sense of devotion to the DMC and his commitment to his job and humanity earned him a favorite spot amongst patients and his colleagues alike. On the 1st of March 2022, he became a member of the ECG team in DMC, and in June 2022, he successfully led a delegation to Anambra State on a medical rapid response assignment for one of our esteemed clients. During the course of this great task, the feedback was exceptional. In the just concluded QMS program, he excelled in both the fundamentals and internal auditors examinations in flying colors. His zeal to learn and his commitment to the course distinguished him amongst his peers. He exudes a charisma that puts everyone at ease. He's a favorite in the ward because he relates with everyone as angels, both staff and patients alike. He's the name that comes to mind when you want the job done and done efficiently. In the just concluded survey for the best staff, thank you very much. In the just concluded survey for the best staff, one of the comments written about him from a non-clinical staff read, and I quote, "He is a person that is always here and there helping people. He doesn't joke with his work. He carries on his duties friendly and joyfully. He is a straightforward person, and he's not among the staff that do eye service to be noticed by top management. I'm still reading, please. I perceive he is a man with God's heart. Long words are not enough for me to appreciate this young, loyal, excellent, exceptional, irreplaceable, and hardworking young man. Even though he doesn't win the Best Staff Award, he deserves the best from God. And I thank God for the mother who gave birth to a man like you." Closed quote. Ask us about a man diligent in what he does, and we will gladly bring him out in a second. ask us about a hand willing to help, we won't be afraid to scream his name. Ask the DMC medical community who we can trust with our patients. His name is in the number. He is handsome. He is smart. He is intelligent. The word brilliance is used to describe him in every ramification. He is a diligent man who will always stand before kings. He is a man of skills and many talents. He is cool, calm, and collected. He is single and very charming. He is our favorite medical officer. He is the deputy head of our rapid response unit. He is the Diff Medical Center Best Staff of the Year 2022. And his name is Dr. Olukunle Omolayo.
The best, number one and nothing less. Lead me to my destiny. I have waited patiently. I have vision, oh I believe. I know I can count on me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up. For the champions, for the champions, stand up. For the champions, for the champions, stand up. Stand up, stand up. For the champions, for the champions, stand up. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Here we go, it's getting close. Now it's just who wants it most. It's just like that's how it is. Cause we have our strengths and weaknesses. Oh, I have vision, can't you see? I'm on the move, make way for me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up. Thank you, thank you. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up. Thank you. Stand up. Stand up for the champions, for the champions.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Other people, bring it down. Bring it down.
Don't worry, we will dance. Don't worry, hold on, hold on, hold on.
Thank you very much, audiovisual. Thank you. Bring it down. Thank you so much. Do you agree with our choice? A round of applause for Dr. Olukunle Omolayo. He is our DMC Best Staff of the Year 2022, and we call upon our Executive Director of Administration to come and decorate him. A round of applause for our EDA. Round of applause, please. Keep clapping.
Keep clapping. Can we have the lights back on, please?
Please turn on the lights. Thank you.
Can we have Dr. Omolayo, our winner, up on stage? Put your hands together for him. Wow. Dr. Omolayo, I'm so proud of you.
I admire your passion and dedication to work. Truly, your working relationship with your colleagues and other professionals, and people testify to this. You're always smiling while working. No matter how hectic the work is, Dr. Omolayo bears smiles on his face. Even patients testify to your hard work. Congratulations. My prayer for you is that the good Lord will enlarge your coast, take you to higher heights, and your ways not stand before men, but before kings, in the name of Jesus Christ. May the Lord strengthen you the more. May the Lord grant you the desires of your heart, in the name of Jesus Christ. Congratulations, and I rejoice with you. Well, I have here the best nurse of the year, or the face of nursing, the best staff for the year 2021, and the DMC's nurse for November. So you can see we appreciate people when they work. We admire them and we encourage them. Any one of you here can win this prize. Please give a clap offering to this. It's time to decorate Dr. Omolayo. Adesu, I'm not going to preach. I have finished praying. I'm not going to sing. So I know that is what you are waiting for. This time, no singing. Okay. I'll put this on you. And the outgoing staff of the year, best staff of the year. I hope this will not be too small for you, Dr. Omolayo. Okay, just don't worry.
When we celebrate, we dey pop champagne. We dey pop champagne. We dey pop pop champagne. Make you pop champagne. I say, hold the baby when I did pop champagne. Hold the baby when I did pop champagne. All the time when I enter the club, I did pop champagne. And when the ladies see me, they bust their brain.
They never see nothing, they go see something. Like a great job, you go turn the thing. If you live in my home, you won't touch the same.
Thank you.
Thank you, 15 nominees. Thank you, Let me just present the awards. I got the details of how the whole election went, and so I know the scores. And truly, the scores between Dr. Omolayo Olakunle and Etiobong Ekpo was very slim. Actually, Dr. Omolayo Olakunle beat Etiobong Ekpo by just 1 point. So, at the Diff Medical Center is a land of limitless possibilities. It doesn't matter where you work. Who cares about your degree? Who cares about your race, your color, your creed, your religion, your sex? It's not important. Just do your work. So we thank you all. I think the 15 nominees deserve something. So this is how we're doing it. Mr. Goswill Maruka, you came third in the nomination, and on behalf of the Diff Medical Center, this is a check of 100,000 for Goswill Maruka. Etong Ekbuk, you came second. This is a check of 150,000. Omolayo Olakunle, you deserve. This is a check of 500,000. In addition, for the next 1 year, twice in a month, please just take your car to depot for us to fill it for you. For the others, I'm going to give you a cash. I brought mints for you guys, but it's not a place to distribute mints, but don't worry, I have your cash with me. So I give the remaining 12 of you, please just collect 10,000 naira each from me before you go, just to say thank you for winning. God bless you, and I want to thank you all for being a part of this auspicious moment. Olakule, congratulations. God bless you.
So we'll just take a group photograph.
But just before we go, I think we must talk about this girl. Our staff for 2021. Well, you still have 2 days to wear the... I think she still has 2 days. So... you still have 2 days to use the car. I hope they fuel the car for you throughout the year. So she was on, we brought her to work, we gave her a car to use for 1 year. And it's time to return the car on the 1st of January. Okay? So you stop anyhow, but you deserve it. And I'm so happy that your name came up again. Do you know, I thought you were going to win it again. But don't worry, there's 2024. But anybody here can win that award. It has nothing to do with your gender. It doesn't have to do where you work. After all, Abigail is in Benin City doing a domiciliary assignment, yet her name appeared. So it has nothing to do. Okay? Congratulations, and thank you for being our best staff for 2021. You did a great job. Thank you. We honor you, and we're very proud of you. And so, can you please have a handshake with the person who is succeeding you? Congratulations, everybody.
All right.
So you collect the money from me, their means, and distribute 10K to every other person. Okay? Nice to you.
Okay, so we'll just, please don't go. Let the CMD, the EDA come to the front, the winners and the nominees. Let's have a group picture quickly. Put your hands together for the CMD, the EDA as they come forward. In front of the stand.
Don't walk, you don't try. You supposed to be try. Kill up on the person, my person, we don't mind, boy. When I land softly on the sofa floor. So far so good, Bonnie Bajo. Let me see you, oh lo lo lo. Let me see you, oh lo lo lo. Bugao, let me bugao. Let me see you, the buga. Oh lo lo lo. Let me see you, oh lo lo lo. Bugao, let me bugao. Let me see you, the buga. Oh lo lo lo. Let me see you, oh lo lo lo. Bugao, let me bugao. Let me see you, the buga. Oh lo lo lo. Let me see you, oh lo lo lo. Bugao, let me bugao. Let me see you, the buga. Better, wake up.
Every little thing you did do to me, it's fit me for body.
Thank you so much.
Let me feel for me. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, bro, let's make her go crazy. I'm on the seashore for me. Say make her withdraw money.
So we will be taking a closing remark from the Deputy Director of Clinical Services, Dr. Ifedi Okonkwo. Put your hands together for him.
Distinguished colleagues and ladies and gentlemen of the DIV concept, as well as our guests, I stand on the existing protocol to appreciate you this afternoon. Do we have one house? It's like it's something else that's happening, not the comments. So, I just want to use the opportunity to join all of you and to join the medical director and his family, the rest of the top management, and all of us in this hospital to return thanks again to God for this year that's going by. Our thanksgivings will never cease and our praises will never end in Jesus' name. It's been a year that's full of events, but over and above everything, we are grateful that we are here at the eve of the new year. It's been a celebration of excellence for those who have been brought out to receive accolades for the contributions they've made to this medical center. I join the CMD and the EDA to congratulate all of you. For the eventual winner, I had no doubt that you more than 100, 200% deserve it. Congratulations again to you. But everybody should remember that, well, it is there's someone that made a comment in the remarks that even if you didn't win it, well, God has a prize for you. God has an award for you when you do your work excellently. We won't always be crowned here, but whatever your hand finds to do, please let's continue to do that excellently, because quality happens when we're doing the best we can, even when nobody is watching what we're doing. So once again, on behalf of everybody, I congratulate all the winners, and I wish all of us an excellent 2023 at the DIV Medical Center. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Deputy Director of Clinical Services. We'll make welcome the Director of Clinical Services, Dr. Joshua Usman. A round of applause for him. Put your hands together for him. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Our time is fast spent already. And I want to say Merry Christmas to us all and Happy New Year in advance. Thank God for this year of celebration. We are finishing strong. We want to thank God for all that He has done. We are going into a year of rest, and I believe that We are going into the year of maturity. We are now having senior adults. When you finish your teenage, you are now a young adult. So we are entering that place. It's a period of introspection. It's a period of going back to the drawing board. It's a period of going back to listen to God again. And I believe that as we rest, we're not going to rest on our oasis, but we're going to continue to gather the crumbs and ensure that things work. Every equipment in our hands must work. We've heard that cleanliness is next to godliness, and we must ensure that we maintain our standard. No smell. And we must make sure that the places are always clean, sparkling, and very nice. We fly in aircraft. We don't even get to see the pilot. We don't even know how old those aircrafts are. But what keeps those aircrafts in the air is maintenance. Maintenance, maintenance. I want to appeal to each and every one of us. Each equipment in your hand, everything that is put in your hand, make sure you handle it well. Make sure you maintain, maintenance, maintenance, maintenance. There's only one book in the world, the Bible. Bible means the book. People that love book are called bibliophiles. Today, each and every one of us will be given this book. Some of us have it already. It is the book. But there's only one the book, which is the Bible. The only book in the world, the most read book in the world. Today we also, each organization have their own day book. They say Nigerians don't read. If you want to hide something to Nigeria, put it inside the book. But these books are meant to be read. I want to encourage each and every one of us to ensure that we read this book. I'd like to congratulate Dr. Stephen again for what he has done for us this 1 year, sir. It's been wonderful. And I want to congratulate you and Madam for allowing us get this certification. It is very important. We can stand tall, we can stand proud, and say we are ISO certified to the glory of God. No doubt that Dr. Molayo is the staff of the year. People call him my son, people call him several things. Everybody is my son and daughter. But Dr. Molayo has stood out. He really stand out. I want to congratulate him especially. I want to thank each and every one of us. As we move into the year of rest, please, let's make sure that we do the right thing at the right time. Let's continue to believe God and trust Him for a better year. I wish you all a Merry Christmas again and a Happy New Year. We shall prosper indeed to the glory of God.
Thank you, sir. We will be taking a remark from the Executive Director of Administration. Please, I'd like you to join your hands together as we welcome her up on stage. Put those hands together once more. Put those hands together once more.
Good evening once again. We are grateful to God for bringing us to the end of 2022. 2023 is our year of rest. Our prayer is that the good Lord will grant us rest on every side. I wish you a very great new year. May we step into it with greater joy in the presence of God. Happy New Year in advance, and God bless you.
Okay, thank you very much, Ma. So I would like to quickly invite Dr. Malayo to come and quickly give a remark. Please put your hands together for him once again.
Thank you, everyone. I'm short of words, but I would say a few. Thank you for the opportunity to serve. And thank you for those that I've worked with, those I've not worked with, because without you, I don't think I can work effectively. So this award is for every single one of you as well. So thank you. Please, let's give a round of applause for everybody. So as not to waste your time, I honestly think this is a privilege that anybody can have, especially those that are not even in the place of responsibility, the ones that are not head of departments, deputies. I think every single one of you could get this role as well. Your hard work can be noticed, and just keep doing it. I mean, the Bible says a house is built with wisdom, right? And by understanding, it is made strong. And with knowledge, is filled with many riches. So this is a house. The hospital is a house. The Diff Medical Center and concept is a house. And I urge and encourage every one of you to relate with one another with understanding. That person you're arguing with, you're fighting with, you want to accomplish the same goal. The next person to you that you think doesn't have anything to do with you, you want to accomplish the same goal. So why strife? And I see this a lot in my dealings, and I try to remind every one of us that we're doing the same thing. We want the same thing. So I want you to please have that in mind. As much as referring to DMC as the house, you are the house. So you, yourself, you are being built, all right, by understanding other people, all right, and gain knowledge to fortify yourself. All right, so thank you very much for the teachers that have gone ahead of us. Thank you, sir, the CMD. Thank you, EDA. Thank you very much, Dr. Osman. I'm grateful for your tutelage and your guidance. Thank you, Dr. Okonkwo, for your soft hand and decisive instructions. I'm truly grateful. I would call everybody's name, but I don't have that time. So once again, thank you very much, and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Malayo. We're nearing the end of our program. Thank you, everybody, for your patience. So right now, we're going to be taking the CMD's closing remark for 2022 that is expressed through a memo titled In Conclusion, and is going to be read by his daughter, Miss Faith Idaosa. So please put your hands together for her as she comes upstairs with me.
Diff Medical Center, internal memo. From Chief Medical Director to all members of DMC community. Reference 555/2022. Date 30th December 2022. Subject and conclusion. 2022 represents a glorious year for DMC. It was indeed our year of celebrations. It is the year we had so many items commissioned since Diff Concept was started on the 1st of June 2004. In 2022, DMC operated in the realm of limitless possibilities, and we walked in dominion. As at Monday, 26th of December 2022, all staff of Diff Concept had received their December 2022 salaries. Similarly, as at today, 30th December 2022, 60% of the autonomous and semi-autonomous units have received payments for all submitted and verified submissions. The total amount we are talking about is more than 100 million naira. This is happening in December when there is a very obvious death in patients' patronage in any hospital because of festivities. To God be the glory. Today, our own nurse Joy Monye was supposed to publicly read our mission statement after the surgical challenges she had about 6 months ago. But she is unavoidably absent because she's holidaying with her parents at Warri, Delta State. For nearly 6 months, Nurse Joy Monye could not talk. Today, she can sing. God is awesome. Today, our Chief Building Foreman, Abdullahi Isa, and our hospital assistant, Mary Chinwe Marvin, can walk after the near-fatal motor accidents they had at separate times. To God be the glory. Between Sunday, 18th December 2022, when we had our annual Thanksgiving service, and today, 30th of December 2022, barely 2 weeks, so many positive things happened at DMC. 3 drill sessions of the usage of the various security and fire alert and alarm systems were held. An elaborate fire drill session was successfully conducted today, 30th of December 2022. On this 30th day of December 2022, many other things took place. They are: 1, the presentation of the original copy of the letter of confirmation of DMC certification to ISO 9001-2015 to the CMD by the CEO of Academy. 2, introduction, placement, and distribution of DMC's 2023 calendars. 3, distribution of staff handbook to all staff. 4, after a rigorous selection process coordinated by the erudite brand management team, Dr. Omolayo Olakunle was selected as DMC staff for the year 2022. His humble and charismatic citation was read by the head of the brand management team, and he was decorated and rewarded by the Executive Director of Administration and the CMD. Congratulations to Dr. Omolayo Olakunle for a well-deserved recognition and award. The second position went to Mr. Etiobong Ekpok. He is the indefatigable head of Environmental and Landscaping Unit, ELU. The third position went to Mr. Godswill Maduka, the Assistant Hospital Secretary / Confidential Secretary to Chief Medical Director / Facility Manager 2 / Supervisor of Pavilion / Supervisor of Garden of Hope / Supervisor of Ivory Echoes / member DMC's Corporate Office / member Finance Justification Panel, and the General CMO of DMC's 18th year anniversary. 5, the construction work at Rafa is 90% completed and the place was commissioned. The first admission into Rafa will be on Monday, 16th of January 2023. 6, the tiling of the floor of Goshen is 60% completed. 7, Amazon was opened as office for the security department. 8, the radio diagnostic department was opened. 9, offices were created for AHOC and AHS. 10, 2 high dependency rooms were created and fully furnished and equipped. 11, another general theater was commissioned to increase the number of functional general theaters to 8. Many more crumbs were gathered from Bethel. CMD's annual Hour of Mercy was activated with the reinstatement of Mr. Kelvin Ozubo and Mr. Shadrach Emmanuel into DMC on Sunday, 25th December 2022. Nurse Omolara Alabi was reinstated back to complete nursing activities. Pastor Joshua Atta was profusely pardoned, and the process of reinstating Dr. Jide Fadare's clinic was initiated. The Hour of Mercy Salt Foundations program was launched on 22nd of December 2022 through Memo 523/2022 dated 20th December 2022. So much was done in 2022, including the resumption of in-house antenatal classes in September 2022. It is time to ensure maintenance of established structures and standards. We saw the beginning of 2022, now we have seen the end. We saw, we thrived, we conquered, and we won. To God be the glory. My counsel, when necessary, I urge heads of departments and units to use appropriate disciplinary measures to enforce law and order in their departments, the same way Jesus Christ used Cain to enforce law and order in the temple. They should ensure strict adherence to SOPs in their departments. In 2023, there will be few scheduled general staff meetings, but there will be several departmental meetings and many CEU assemblies. I don't expect anyone to forget or absent themselves from these meetings. I expect the confidential secretaries to the EDA and CMD, respectively, and other secretaries within the organization to make the sending of reminder notices to their principals and other relevant staff a routine phenomenon and task in 2023. Let's be happy with feedback from clients. Let's effectively manage, protect, and make do with what we have in 2023. The EDA and myself deserve some rest after 18 years of consistent service to God and humanity. As such, anyone whose omission or commission attempts to trouble me or the EDA will be considered and treated as though you are after our lives and sanity. My example of what I expect in 2023. On Sunday, 1st of January 2023, I will do a cesarean section by 12:20 a.m. to deliver the babies, twins of the year. I will certainly return back to DMC later in the day for a post-operative ward round and back to the theater for a fetal reduction. This is a perfect example of how to rest in order to enjoy finite restoration, catalytic recovery, and financial empowerment in the future. I will continue to lead you all by the power of my example. I suppose on a day like 1st of January 2023, most successful CMDs and CEOs will be at the golf course playing golf. After all work and no play made Jack a dull boy. For now, I have not reached that level in life. I have learned from the ants that the only panacea to poverty is hard work and working smart. Now you understand why I have zero tolerance for lazy, clueless, and indolent people bereft of ideas and initiatives who want to enjoy the comfort of their bed and home at the expense of my sweat and labor. My number one cheerleader at the EDA will be at this delivery to clean sweat from my face just before the delivery of the twins, when the theater is expected to be warm for the sake of the babies. Irie Echoes will be present to welcome the twins into the world and sing happy birthday to the father of the twins, whose birthday is 1st January 1956. This is my exemplary interpretation of 2023 being DMC's year of rest. Less administrative duties for me with the concomitant mental rest, but increase in clinical workload. So everyone should buckle up for the increased clinical work in our theaters and admissions into RAFA. The full meaning of rest is enhanced maintenance, extreme financial prudence, very minimal purchases, and increased clinical work. I want to see our operating theaters buzzing with surgical activities on a daily basis. Let's use 4 of our 8 operating theaters at the same time on a regular basis. I want to see an 80% bed occupancy rate, fewer medical legal issues, proper clinical documentations, nurses and doctors with improved attitudes, rapid execution of laboratory tests, including cytology, histology tests, and dispensing of results. In 2023, no item should be bought on credit. Truly, if all the patients and HMOs owing DMC make their payments, we don't have any reason to be owing anyone or buy any item on credit. In 2023, there should be fewer episodes of abscondment and improper resignations. The aroma on all our corridors should be scintillating, and there should be no nosocomial infection. On the clinical plane, there should be 0% maternal mortality and 0 anesthetic death. By the grace of God, we will not lose any staff to the cold hands of death in 2023. The third stanza of DIF's anthem states thus: "Our passion and our service is to God and mankind. May God bless this legacy." In 2022, God really blessed our efforts. My closing prayers. On account of the anointing and authority vested on me by God Almighty as the head of DIF Concept, I pronounce peace to every troubled mind in the DMC community. As you enter 2023, I pronounce divine rest into every soul going through emotional turmoil. I pronounce rest into every home going through turbulence, and I pronounce rest on every side of everyone's vocation. May the peace of God that passeth all understanding keep you all from falling. Peace to your health and peace to your endeavors. May the good Lord bring about many wedding ceremonies and many deliveries amongst our staff in 2023. With these prayers, I have completed my job for 2022. Mission has been accomplished, promise has been delivered. From previous memos culminating in today's memo 555, simply titled, In Conclusion, I have shared with you all the thoughts in my heart for 2023. Await memo 001/2023 titled, Peace Like a River, in the early hours of 1st of January 2023. That is my New Year greetings and message to all members of DMC community. And so, may the unmerited favors that emanate from the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, may the mercies that flows from the love of God, and may the strength that exudes from our constant communion with the Holy Spirit be with you all. Amen. To God be the glory. Signed, Dr. John O. Idahosa, Chief Consultant Obstetrician and Gynecologist, Chief Medical Director, DIF Medical Center, Gudu. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Faith Idahosa, for that memo reading. We will take the national anthem. Sorry, the DIF anthem, thereafter the national anthem, second stanza. I would like to inform all CEOs of autonomous units present, heads of departments and units present, and doctors, nurses, pharmacists, laboratory scientists, and all staff will have a group photograph after the national anthem. Can we have the Ivory Echoes to come and give us they will give us the DIF anthem, thereafter can we all rise, please? Thank you so much. And please, we will be having a dance party when our daddies and mommy has, exited the hall. So please, I would like to invite the CMD and the EDA, the Director of Clinical Services and the Deputy Director of Clinical Services, to come forward for a picture session with CEOs of autonomous units. Thereafter, we'll take the heads of departments. I would like us to have the photo sessions real quick. Okay. Audio, M&C Audiovisual, you ready for snapshots? Okay.
Watch out and get ready to move your feet.
So,
wherever you are,
CEOs of autonomous units, please can you come forward? CEOs of autonomous units.
So get ready.
CEOs of autonomous units, please bring down the volume of the sound. DJ.
up life for you, mommy. Every little thing you did do to me, you sweet to me for body. She your loving fee follow me. Wow, 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 wow. Yeah, your bullet make her go crazy. I'ma get see sure for me. Say make her withdraw money. Oh my, no go down good. Need a carry your luggage. I define you for days. For days I no drugs I fit to contain. Your body not baggage. So you know see I'm falling for love. Over